This is the first round of the 2026 FLE series at Loyce E Harpe Park in Lakeland.
They went that fast. Holy smokes.
While I raced in the marathon amateur category and had to do 60 miles, the Rocketman raced in the sprint open category and had to do 30 miles.
Airlining.
Even though we raced on the same course, our races were totally different.
Ooh. Caught up to the next group.
And when you're racing for hours, things are going to go wrong.
Running a little bit low in the water. I think I needed more than I thought I would.
Each lap of this course is 9.52 miles with 236 feet of climbing with a combination of twisty greens and blues and a section of double track in the middle. There is a list of all the trail names in the description. Alright, so the race starts with a short neutral start. And unlike the short track, I was able to get closer to the front before the race officially started.
Heads up. Where's the pain? All right, Kai. I'm racing these guys, right?
All right.
I entered the single track close to the front with only a few riders in front of me. Now this was my first ever marathon race, so I was surprised at how fast they started.
Welcome back everyone to another video from yours truly, the Rocketman. I've fattened up on cheese puffs and Mickey D's for my hibernation, and now I've awakened. I decided to do my first FLE race on this course and somehow managed to pull off the best and worst moments of my racing career all in this one race. The good was that I found myself up closer to the front than I usually am, followed by a pretty good sprint to get into third place before entering the first single track trail, Ivy. This was arguably my best start of my racing career.
Wow, my best start.
I was still in a pretty big group and I was planning on slowly moving up through the pack, but I had over 50 miles left and plenty of time, so I wasn't in a rush.
Now on Sprinkler Hill Trail, I am with the top 3 racers, but they have really explosive power and are putting small gaps that I have to work harder to bridge back to.
Try your back. Thank you.
This trail called Puffa Stuff I wasn't super familiar with because I had not ridden it in a while. I was surprised at how fast the leaders did this trail. This forced me to stay on my tippy toes like a bad ballerina.
Redlining.
186 heart rate was my max heart rate this race. I was starting to redline and my back was starting to make its presence known, but I wasn't going to let that ruin this historic race of mine.
Squirrel, what the die?
Coming out on this access road section, I knew this was a good time to make up some positions.
Whoops.
I felt the most confident on this trail called Rollercoaster, but even familiarity wasn't enough to hide my lack of power compared to the leaders. They were cooking me hotter than Mama's famous hot dogs.
Went up that crap fast. They went up that fast. Holy smokes. Dude, Squirrel Fest. Come on. I'm the bridge anyway.
Passed one guy already, so. Getting close to the end of the first lap.
Starting lap 2, I was still close to the front of the race, and I was right behind the only other competitor in my category. I don't have the live positioning because technically I had only one competitor in my category, and it's really hard to know where I stand against the whole group.
After crossing the gate of fogginess, because I could never remember exactly where to go, the Cuban Patriot puts in an effort to drop me and the powerhouse. This moment here is when I knew I didn't have enough baked beans from hibernation to go for a win. I just needed to stay with them long enough to keep myself far away from the rest of my competition.
Alright, you see the front of the field when you're here?
Nope. One more as well, thank you. You're good, you're good. Poor guy.
Here, I passed my competitor, which put me in first place. But at the time, I didn't know he was my competitor, so in my mind, nothing really changed.
Caleb Adam came by. No, it's chaos.
Now for me, this trail called Cruddy Buddy is awkward for me. But that didn't stop the Cuban Patriot and the Powerhouse. They sent it and I think I nicked my handlebar on a tree a few times.
That's not coming. Shit. Okay. All right. Blair goes first and second.
Because I wasn't super familiar with this line they took, I found myself in a direct course to meet Timmy the tree. With my superior handling skills, I was able to maneuver between the trees, but I couldn't keep control of my tires and I ate dirt.
The back is starting to kill me, so yeah. What? All right. That was just a lazy one.
While I was still recovering from my surprise shock, I fell again because of mental laziness. I could not believe the turn of events.
Once again on this access road, I put in a big effort to catch up to the group in front of me, and one rider jumped on my wheel. Now my rear camera was having some issues and it only recorded 15 minutes. Starting lap 3, I was still feeling really good and I was keeping up with my fueling.
Starting lap 3, my back was in severe pain. I could not tolerate it getting any worse, and I was questioning whether it would get worse. Halfway through the third lap, I pedal strike so bad that my clip on the pedal broke loose, which prevented me from clipping back in. I was never able to clip back in the rest of the race, which really hurt my speed, my confidence, and my patience. I mean, how worse can this possibly get?
So I've come to the conclusion that when I pedal struck, I broke something, either my clip or the actual pedal, because I cannot clip in my left foot. So I'm basically pedaling like a ice skater on ice, which is not the same.
next group.
Towards the end of the third lap, I caught up to the next group of racers, so now I just needed to stay with them.
Second is 6 place, 6 seconds.
Starting lap 4, I was still in the group and feeling good. I ended up missing my handoff of food from my dad because I couldn't see him.
Remember when I couldn't clip back in? Well, on the trail Bob the Cat, I went over a choppy section and my loose foot took flight, which made me take flight into the dirt. Thanks, foot. I finished the race in second place with a time of 1 hour 56 minutes and 40 seconds and an average speed of 15.4 miles per hour.
Alright, here we go, lap 5. I crashed halfway through the last lap, so now I'm trying to catch up to that guy.
That guy I'm referring to was one of the Z-Boys specialized team riders. While I was with him, I felt like we had a good team and pace going, so that was a little disappointing that I crashed.
Still got 2 laps to go. This one and one more. We're on the last lap. I'm ready to be done. Running a little bit low in the water. I think I needed more than I thought I would.
I finished the race without totally bonking, which was a win for my first ever marathon race. I finished in 1st in my category and 5th overall in all of the marathon age categories. My time was 3 hours 58 minutes and 5 seconds, and I had an average speed of 14.9 miles per hour. And that is the end of the FLE Loyce E Harpe Park race. We had a ton of fun with both of us having pretty successful races. So with that, we hope you enjoyed this video and we will see you in the next one.